Hello everyone.
Hello everyone, good morning.
Very good
Also,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning. Good morning all. So we'll get started. Did you guys create tables?
Yes, I've created the table. I did some.
Perfect. Okay, so today we will see how to create one more table. I'll do. Okay. So we'll do employees today. Okay, we'll do employees table today. So coming back here, let's use um, UI to create employees table. So you right click on it, say create table. Okay. You open up a UI, okay, where you can give your table name. So here I'm going to give the table name. I'm going to call it as employees. Okay. You can add any comment. Okay, this is Apna Mart. Okay, we want to add in Apna Mart only. Now here we start giving column names. Okay, so first column name is EMPID integer. If you want, you can from drop down, you can select tiny int if you want. Okay, these are the most commonly used um, variables or data types, int, varchar, decimal. But if you want tiny int, if you scroll down, you can actually see tiny int also. Right? You can say tiny int. Okay, let's give int only for now. Then these are your constraints. These are your constraints. PK stands for primary key. Okay.
Primary key.
PK is for primary key. So if you want employee ID to be primary key, check this box. Okay. NN means
Not null.
Okay. If you want it to be not null, then you'll put NN. You check this. UQ means unique value. Okay. So what is difference between not null and unique? Not null means you can't leave a value null. You have to give some value.
Okay, sir.
Unique means if you give the value, it has to be unique. You cannot duplicate the value. Okay. But you can have blank. For example, phone number we discussed, right? Phone number, if you have a phone, then it has to be unique. You can't have same number as somebody else. But you may not have phone, right? So unique is like that. Okay. If you have a value, it has to be unique, or it may not have. Not null is like your name, right? Everybody has a name. You will have a name. Now, it doesn't matter whether your name is duplicate with somebody else or not, right? We will have many people, hundreds of people with our name. So name is like, not null kind of thing. Everybody will have a name, but it can be duplicate. Unique means it has to be unique or not null. Primary key means both unique and not null has to be there. Okay. So if you want, okay. So anyway, if you declare PK, it's enough. Then B is for, is it a binary column like gender, male, female, MF? Okay. If it is just binary, two values possible, you will say binary. Then you have unassigned data type. Unassigned data type, for example, employee ID can be unassigned because an employee ID can never have minus 55, right? So here I can mark employee ID at unassigned, okay? Because it will not have minus, right? Unassigned means there is no sign, okay? Sign means plus or minus sign. It is by default, it is positive values only, okay? Now ZF, it says fill up the values for that column with zeros if it is numeric. Now, you cannot have, okay, it's called a default value. Okay, default value means if you do not give any value, by default it will add 0. If I do not give any value, but anyway, this is primary key, so I have to give value. Okay, but this is in case of default, okay? Then you have AI auto incremental, automatically it will increase. We don't have to enter the value. Automatically, employee ID will be increased by 1, 2, 3, 4 automatically. And this is generated column. Generated column is column that is generated based on some other column. For example, let's say salary is made up of base salary plus bonus, for example. So you'll have a column called base salary. You'll have a column called bonus. And let's say your salary is base salary plus bonus. So automatically total salary will be a generated column. Total salary will be based on previous two columns. That is called generated column. Automatically it is generated as a you don't have to input the value for that column. Column is based on some, yeah, so you need to enter base value, you need to enter bonus, but total salary will be automatically generated. So that's why we call generated column. So employee ID, and these are the type of employee ID. Okay, so if you have to give a default value, you can give the default value here. Okay, to increment. Okay, you can all do this, or you can actually these are like specific properties for your column. Now I can give, let's say, EMP name. Okay, varchar. Okay, you can make it not null. That means user has to have some value. What else is there here? Name, phone number, email ID. Okay, so I'll now give phone number. Now phone number, I will make it char. Okay, char 10. Okay, and I'll make this as unique. Then email varchar. Okay, we'll leave it like this. You have more data column. Yes, we can add, keep on adding. So you have date of birth, date of joining, date of birth. Okay, date of birth, and that date of birth will be date or date type. Okay, let's put date only. Let's not do date type. Okay, date of joining, DOJ. Okay, DOJ, will make it again date only. Okay, then we have location and salary. So let's put salary first because location is foreign key. So we'll put salary, and salary will be in your decimal point, right? So you can use int or decimal. Let's use int only. Okay. Then comes your location. Okay. Now location. Okay. So this has to be of same type, data type as if, because this is our foreign key, right? It should be same type as this because we are going to link now. We are going to link location to location ID, small int. We have given here small int. So here also we have to give small int only. That's why it is important that you create location first. Okay, so I'm going to give here small int. Okay. So look, yeah. We don't need this, right? Yeah. Small int. Now, small int is this location is a foreign key, correct? So click on foreign keys here. Okay. So what is your foreign key? Location. So this is your employees table. So in employees table, location is, okay, first let's create it. Okay. I think let's first create this table. Okay. Now, okay, table is created now. Okay. Now we'll go to foreign keys. We will say location here. Okay. Location. Employees location. Okay. It should be checked here. Foreign key location. Then, in fact, okay. So this should be linked to which one? Okay. After employees doesn't exist, it says. Okay. So now we'll do here location ID. Location ID is there in that table, correct? And here we will say locations. So foreign key is which table? Location ID. Okay. So this, okay, but which is foreign key? Is this foreign key or is this foreign key? Location is foreign key, not location ID. Okay. Yes. So location is the primary key. Location ID has to be primary key. It says that table is not yet created. Okay. Table is not yet created. So we will go to table and we will apply. Okay. So this is the command. Okay, this is the command that it has generated. Okay, I will copy this and I'll do cancel here. Let's do cancel. Okay, don't save. Let's come back here. So what it did, it created create table, apna mod.employees. These are the columns that we give. This is your primary key. Okay, these are all constraints that we added. Now, foreign key. Which is the foreign key? Location is the foreign key, correct? So I'll put foreign key location. It references which table? Locations, right? And in location, which column? LOC ID. Okay. So this is the command. Foreign key, location, references, other table, which column. So now if I run this and this will be linked. Employees location will be linked to LOC ID of location. Okay. So this is clear. Now these two things, on delete, no action, on update, no action. What does it mean? It means, now let's say you have an employee located in Bangalore. You have an employee located in Bangalore. Now I go and you have a location in Bangalore in location. I go and delete Bangalore. So employees are there located to Bangalore, which is linked to Bangalore in other table, location table. I go and delete the parent. I go and delete Bangalore. Then if I delete this, what should happen to this data? So no action means don't do anything. That's what it means. So on delete, no action. On update, no action. There are other options also. So if I go to, let's say, create table. Okay. If you go to foreign keys. Okay. Now on update, on delete, let's say I create some table column. Okay. Now let's go to foreign keys here. Okay, it's saying apply changes. Okay, let's run this. Now there are other options like, okay, let's run it. Options like if I It says AMP ID unsigned, not null. AMP ID. Okay. AMP ID. Anyway, not required. We'll make it. Anyway, making it primary key, it should be okay. Incorrect index name. Okay. Incorrect index name. Okay, let me delete it for now. Okay, so table is now created here. If I go and say refresh all, employee is created. Okay, so there's getting this index, right? Let's understand what index is. Then we'll come back here. Okay, so what happens? Let's say I have to search. Let's say your employee table has 50,000 employees. I need information about certain employees. Then what will you do? You have to go through each record, and that will take a lot of time. Correct? So let's say I give you a book. Okay, I tell you find particular topic in the book. Then what you will do is start going from page number 1. What will happen if you start doing the page number 1? It'll take a lot of time. Then what should we do? And what do you do in the book? We have an index, right, in the beginning. Right? In the beginning, it says chapter number 1, page number 35, chapter number 2, page number 50. And then it has subtopics. So first you will open the index page. First you will open the index page. And on index page, it will tell you this topic was on page number 50. Then instead of going through all the pages, you will go to the page number 50. Okay, same concept database also uses. Okay, so it creates an index. Now, there are two ways to do it. As I said yesterday, when you create a primary key, by default index is created. Primary key will have a default index. And you can also create your own index. So it was trying to create own index. So primary key will have default index, and you can also create index, okay, on any column manually. Now, what happens? Let's say I create a table, okay, employees, and I'll copy this table here. Let me copy this table. Where did it go? Where did index go? Huh? Here, right? Yeah. So let's say I put this table here. Okay. Now if I say, okay, give me the details of employee ID 101. So first it will go and check in the index. Okay, all the indexes will be put in one single place. All the index will be kept in one single place. It will go and check if index is created on the table or not. So for example, if I tell you, tell me about this topic, first you will go and check in the index if the topic is given or not. If the topic is given, then you know the page number. If the topic is not given, then you don't know the page number. So always when you say, in SQL query, we will see later, when you use where clause, every where clause will make it go and check in the index. So if I say, give me details of all the employees where employee ID equal to 101. So it will go and check in the index. So index is like creating one more table. Okay. Index will create one more table. Okay. So if I say create index on table employee ID, so it will have employee ID, EMP ID. Okay. And it will have index. Index is memory location. Okay. And automatically index are created even if I enter 101, 102, right? Or 1010, 1011, it will always maintain in order. Page numbers are always maintained in order, isn't it? It is always maintained in this order. So if I, and it uses binary search to find the employee ID. So again, it's not going to jump from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will look at first value and the last value. Okay, and find the middle one. It will go and check 500. Then, okay, so your employee ID is 200, suppose. So it will first go and check in the center. Then it will check. Okay, let me show you here. So let's say you have data in the table. It will, the index will always be maintained, okay, in order. Data you might enter in different order, but here it will always be maintained in a particular order. Okay, so if I say give me for employee ID 35, it will first go and check in the middle 50. Okay, so this is one check, first check. Then 35 is below left of this. Then it will go and check half of this 25. This is your second check. Okay, second check, 35 is right side of this. Now it will go and check between 25 and 35. Say 37, suppose. 35 is here. This is your third check, right? 35 is here. So 25 and 35, okay, it will check again. Okay, so it'll keep on doing this. Maybe after 5 attempts, you will be able to figure out 35. So, you know, this is row 5, fifth row, and against fifth row, there will be a memory location. This is like page number. So you can directly go to that memory location. So within 5 iteration, you are able to find the location of your data. If you did not had this one, then it would have gone checking in like one by one. Maybe in your best case scenario, 35 is in the first row of the data, let's say. Then within one attempt, you will be able to get the data. But most of the time, what will happen is you will have to go through like 35, 35th attempt, you will be able to get the data. So index is a table which is automatically created. Okay, when we create index on the parent table, and it will have only 2 information. It's a table with just 2 columns. The column which we are creating index on and the memory location. So, okay, by default, as I said, by default, it will create index on the primary key. By default, create index on the primary key. But let's say you are also doing a lot of search. You're doing a lot of search on date of birth. You can create manually one more index on date of birth. That's what I was trying to create, one more index on name. So whichever you are using mostly for search, you need to create an index. Your search will become faster. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to our MySQL. Now in this case, we have created primary key here and here, right? So now if you go to this table here, expand it, you see index. So index, it has one. Oops, I should not do this. Okay. So this is what I told you. B tree is binary tree. Okay. It uses binary tree to find the value. Okay. Index is called primary. Okay. Unique, yes. Visible, yes. Column name is EMP ID. Now, if I go and click on location, you see, column is location. So it has created index on location also, because we'll be using location also for search. So there are 2 indexes in table employees. if you go and expand the table locations, okay, there is no foreign key. Index, there is only one index. Here, if I go and expand foreign key, there is one foreign key here, okay, which is your location. So this you can actually see, okay. Now, if you're creating it, you know what all things you have created. But if you don't know, if you want to see, you can actually expand and see what is already been created. So that's what index is, okay. So index is a mechanism, okay, is a mechanism to search faster. What is the mechanism? Mechanism is to create a table with the column on which we create index and corresponding memory location. Okay, so that whenever you do a where, it is always used in where clause. Okay, we'll see later what is where clause. So where clause, it will always go and check if the index is there or not. If it is not there, it will manually go and search one by one. If index is there, then it will go and check using the index, which becomes faster. Okay, so we have created employees and we have linked foreign key to this, right? Now, in some table, we have two foreign keys. Remember, like for inventory location. So you have inventory column, you need to, you have location column table, you create another table with for inventory. Okay, and then you will create inventory location. For example, here, let's say. So create table inventories. Okay, and I'll say here inventory ID. What all things are there? Let me go and see. Something here. This is inventory, right? Product name, product category, quantity. So let's say inventory ID and inventory description. Okay, inventory description. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll create location. Okay, now location, again, it has to be small int, right? Okay, and I'm going to say foreign key. No. Okay, okay. You only have inventory and description. Sorry, no location ID here. Okay, location ID is in another table. Create table, location inventories, correct? And here you will have location inventory ID, which is primary key for this one. And then you have inventory ID, which should be linked to the inventories table. And then you have location ID, which should be linked to location table. Okay, you can have quantity and price here, because each product will have different quantity and different price here, right? So I can call it as int. I can call it price as int, let's say. Okay, so these are the columns for location inventories. Now I have to mark inventory ID. Okay, and okay, so I'm going to copy this. Okay, so I'm going to say foreign key is inventory ID. And this references inventories. And which column in inventory? Inventory ID. Here, comma is missing. Okay, then your location ID is a foreign key. References locations and location ID. That's it. So now I'm going to create this table. Green tick. Now I'm going to create this table. Green tick. Okay. So I have created 4 tables out of 6. Other 2, please you create. I'm not going to create it. So this is how you will say references, foreign key. Okay, you need to have the column name here, and the data type has to be same as the original parent table. And then you will say foreign key inventory ID references this table, this ID, this column. Okay, so your tables are created, indexes are created. Primary key, foreign keys are created. Now, what should be the next step? Create, add data to the table. Okay, any questions so far? We good with this?
Yeah, we are good with this.
Okay. Now, okay, how to write comment in SQL? Okay, to write comment, you give double hyphen. Now, let's add data to these tables. All fine? Pritam, Narendra, Rupender, sorry.
Yes, sir. I have a
Yes,
few
sir.
doubt actually.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. I was unable to create the table. Why? Because when I try to use the command, it is creating the schema, but it is unable to use it.
It is able to create but unable to use it. Sorry,
Yes, sir.
didn't get it.
When I type create schema, it is taking the command. When I use schema, it is saying that it is still running in the same command.
You meant to say this one?
Yes, sir.
No, that should not happen. If you run this and right click here, right, you will see the Apna Mart will become bold.
But it is saying syntax error code 1007.
1007. Okay, so first thing, let's go, and I told you, right, error code, you can actually Google it. So I'll go here, I'll say my SQL error. What was that?
07.
1007. 1007.
1007. Okay. Occurs when you try to create database that is already existing in your MySQL server. So 1007 you get when you already have a database and you want to create it. So twice you are trying to use create. That means, okay, I think now I got it. Probably you are not selecting the statement.
Yeah, I have selected the statement and made it run as well, sir. It is getting the same error.
You want to share your screen?
Yes, sir. I'll share the screen.
Okay. Go ahead and share.
Well, sir, this is the error I am getting.
Okay, so create schema. See, it just says use Apna Mart, not database. You only use delete database. You see the red line there? Yeah, that's it. Use Apna Mart. Yeah. Now it'll work. See,
Okay.
Apna Mart became bold.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, there's no database there. Just say schema name.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So coming back to our this thing, okay, we'll quickly try to add some table or some data. Now again, see, I cannot add data to employees because if I have to add to employees, I have to link to the Apna Mart location, right? So I have to first add at least one column in location. Okay, so how do you do that? There are a couple of ways to add data to locations here, or a table, any table for that matter. So first thing is, okay, let's look at the syntax. Syntax is insert into table name. Okay. Values. So when I say table name, and here in this bracket, you mention the column names. Okay. and then you give values. So this is one way. Second way is that you don't give the column names here. This one you don't give. So if I try to use the second option, that means I have to give values for all the columns and in the same order that is there in the table. So for example, if I say here, insert into apna mart dot location. Yes. Can you hear me? So if I say insert into apna mart dot location, then I give values. Now, when I give values, I have to give in the same order. Okay, so location ID, let's say I give 1. Location name, varchar, I have to give in quotation.
Yes, double quote.
Okay. Then address. Then city. Then pin code. Pin code also char we have selected. So we have to give in quotation. Okay. So then you give and then you run it. Green tick, that means successfully installed. Now, how do I know if the data has been added to table or not? So you will
Select.
perform select. Okay, so we're
Select
talking
from
about,
location.
yeah, so select star. Star means
Star from.
all columns, all data. I want all columns. So select star from and that table name you give.
Location.
So when you run it, see, you will get somewhere here output. Location ID, location name, address, city, pin code. So see, data has been added. Same data that we gave. Now, let's say you don't want to give it in same order. You want to give it in different order. We'll insert. Then you have to give column names here. So let's say I want to give LOC ID. After LOC, I want to enter pin code. Okay. After that, I want to enter address. After that, I want to enter location name. After that, I want to enter one more thing is left, right? LOC ID, pin code, address is done, city.
Pin code. City.
Okay. So I copied this. Okay. So now if you are using in different order, you have to give column names here. Okay. One pin code. Okay. I'll enter same pin code, let's say. You can put it into different lines, no problem. As long as you're giving semicolon, it knows where to go and fetch the information. The next one is, okay, let me put one and I'll show you what happens. So pin code, then address. I'll say some building 2, opposite school. Okay, address, then location name and city. So location name is Miapur 2. Okay, now let's try to run it and see what happens. Red. Duplicate entry 1 for key location primary. It's a primary key, so you have to give unique values. So here I have to give 2. Other than 1, because 1 is already there in the system. I cannot give 1. Green tick. Now when you say select star from this, see, you get location ID, location name, address, city, pin code. Okay. Okay. So,
Okay,
yeah, we'll stop here and try to enter some values, at least 5 locations and 10 employees. Okay, so
Okay.
how do you enter values for date? Okay, so if you are entering a date, okay, there is a different way to enter date in MySQL. First, you have to give year, then month, then date. This is the way to enter data for date, right? We have date of joining, date of birth. So use this format. Okay, try to enter at least 10, or you can enter 15, 20 better. It will be easy for us to do search later. Okay, try to enter 15 to 20 employees data and at least 5 locations. Will you do it? If you
Yes,
do it, then we can go into queries tomorrow.
sure.
And you can try to enter more data for your other tables also. Sure, then we'll end it here. And I'm going to add all these things in that running node so that you have access to these also. Yeah, I have updated the notes there as well. Hello. Bye, everyone.
Okay, sir. Bye bye.
Hi, sir.
Yes, sir.